This is going to be fun with a little bit of a twist because we have this race to 2. So you get a point, you win the first game. If you win the second game, if you won both, congratulations. If you don't, and if we're tied after 2, we will go to a roll-off, the 9th and 10th frames. And if you win that, then you move on. By the way, if you tie, we go back to the old one-ball roll-off. We'll explain that 1 or 2 more times if you have sensitive hearing.
Yeah, and don't blink.
Oh, and in between, if he were a race car driver, what he'd be hitting in his car. This is a rev rate special with these 2.
Yeah.
Kevin McCune got in the way of that. We'll explain that in a moment. There's an odd sound on that shot there as he leaves the 3.610.
Like you alluded to, Dave, it was great seeing Zach on a telecast for the first time. To get a mark in the 10th, Kevin left the 10-pin, covered it, and here he is today.
Man, oh! That's the fastest ringing 10 I've ever seen.
You know, you could get all the advice from half the players on tour, but until you experience it, it's tough.
The other thing that first-time people will tell you bowling on television is they seem that it goes by so quickly.
Yeah.
Almost a trip 4.
Sprint, today it's the best of 2 games. Win 2 games, move on. If you split the 2 games, like you mentioned, Dave, then we'll have a 9th and 10th frame roll-off. And again, you could see the difference in the lengths right there on your screen. Great shot by our friends at Clutch.
And Tackett kick saving a beauty on the 10-pin.
I have no idea what's going on back there. And 500 with ball speed. With that excessive ball speed, it's creating a tremendous vortex going through the pins.
He'll cover that. By the way, we haven't forgotten about his legacy, the McCune name in professional bowling.
On that right lane thus far, halfway through game 1.
Boy, that's not a rerun. I sucked my breath in a little bit there because I feared that going directly through the nose. And with another twist, but let's get McCune's next shot. Uh-oh. Oof. Boy, the one church on Sunday you never want to see.
And we just got done talking about that commercial break.
Oh, he just went his...
I mean, this was coming down that lane. Showed perseverance and humility along the way.
And a mixer strike.
He would flatten his wrist out. He would roll it end over end, and he would throw it real straight at a single pin spare.
Go. It went 21.7 that time.
When you go from throwing a strike ball at 19 miles an hour, let's say tour average, to throwing a spare shot at 24, something has to change.
We enter the foundation frame. Well, he had a bucket there for a second, but he's going to end up with a makeable spare, and we'll undoubtedly see some MPHs on this one.
Good cover. Oh! Watch this pin action. I mean, he aces us, he loves it, and then the 7-9 took its time, and EJ gave it a little stink eye.
Here, it's the race to 2. If EJ does indeed shut McCune out of this game, they're going to have another game. And if McCune wins it, we'll have a roll-off 9th and 10th frame.
Are you kidding me?
I wish I was.
Are you kidding me?
Twice on the very same lane. It happens to EJ in the 10th frame. Couldn't be worse timing.
Back in business. Going for number 5 here. No, he whiffed it.
What are you doing?
McCune started to run that one all the way across the bridge. Brett Spangler, the ball rep there, Tackett was talking to. Okay.
That is a big miss, and fortunate, just the 6-pin. He's going to take game 1.
If he doesn't, we're going to have a 1-ball roll-off.
Oh.
Yeah. It wasn't pretty, but it's effective, and the first point goes to Kevin McCune in his television debut. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Absolutely unbelievable.
Just one of many on a long list of great bowling talents from this area.
Right now, this match featuring 2 from Indiana. EJ Tackett, who's now down a game, to Kevin McCune. Ball change.
Yeah, ball change right out of the gate for EJ Tackett. He goes to a venom shot with Johnny Parkerbone III.
Oh, wow! McCune staying with the same equipment. Man, he breaks up all sorts of trouble in there. However, should EJ rise up and win this game?
Oh, shoot. Hates it.
Well, 9 on that list. And 3 in a row to start things for EJ Tackett. He's going to hang with the right lane, but we're getting intel that he's going to make a move on the long pattern. And that's wide right, but it doesn't seem to matter. New ball on the left lane. And a tap 4 from the back, and the innovator solid comes through. And he had a Greek church, a couple other things, but man, Tackett for 4 in a row. Look out. Trouble. Haven't got away from him. 15% PBA Tour average, and it's going to drop just a touch after that. So once again, much like the last game, just when it looked like things were going well, I thought there was a messenger coming for that 10-pin.
And then he got it right, and it went 210.
Can't make any major mistakes, though.
Guess which lane he finishes this game?
Has that been dented at all? And a surprisingly quiet. Went to Calumet College of St. Joseph's, and he played baseball and bowled there.
Ooh. Not a whole lot left after that one.
No. And he is struggling with that. He has had...
Got to change whatever he's doing because it doesn't work. If he misses right of that, it goes wide, right? And he just missed a baby split.
EJ wins, rallies and wins, then we will have a special 9th and 10th frame roll.
That's good.
Took a little something off of that one and just buried it. Come on. And sleeper, 22 miles an hour. All right, smothered that. Very professional first point.
Yes! Come on!
Got a big, big break there. Well, good luck trying to figure out who's going to win this particular game, because it seems impossible to figure as both.
Some hold down lane. That has not developed.
Well, he owns that left lane.
I think both players do. Gene McCune with a strike here in the 9th frame is going to be in complete control. Wide.
Oh,
big
my
wide.
Goodness. Bouncer. And off the back wall. That is our spare of the game, brought to you by Guaranteed Rate. Want to get moving fast? Maybe as fast as Kevin McCune? With same-day mortgage, you can go from application to approval in as little as 1 business day. Time to get your dream home crazy fast. Learn more at rate.com.
Well, remember we talked about right lane.
Yeah, so let's see what happens here.
Get off, ball. Yes. Come Come on!
10 pin staggered.
Carry! Yes!
My goodness.
Big shot. What is EJ going to do on the right lane?
Oh my God. That can't be right.
Yeah, it is. Wait.
Nothing else matters if he doesn't get this strike. And there's one. Unbelievable.
The 10th frame for EJ Tackett throughout the event. 42%. Second ball in the 10th.
That's the one he has to have. Of course, the first one was the one he had to have. 4.5 break point. Flush!
How about you, EJ Tackett? How about you? Stay behind the foul line.
Not dead yet.
You're right, EJ. You are not. We're moving into a roll-off.
25 mile an hour. Phil shot hit 10th for EJ. Not quite Kevin McCune speed.
I'll have him start.
That didn't take EJ long to decide that.
That was spectacular. That's why he's the best in the game at this year. But you know, what problems with the right lane? I don't remember any right lane problems. Didn't like it, and look at this.
Dang it, EJ.
More. Gotta go.
It didn't hook. It didn't hook. Are you serious? Oh.
McCune just basically has to stand upright.
8 to win on this first ball. Yeah.
Yep. And he will eliminate the number 1 seed, EJ Tackett, from this major championship.
It's pretty good.
It's good. It's real good. And Kevin McCune, the 9th seed. And Kevin McCune, you will see him next week, May 13th, live on FS1, taking on either Tomas Kalku or Anthony Simonson. That is our next match. About it. Big benefit for all of us and, of course, all of you, the viewers. And one of the best. That's the slowest ball we've seen so far today at 16.8, but it was very effective.
So take a look. Let's see what his index finger does with the reactive ball. You could see him actually pushing that index finger at the start.
Man.
Yeah, and beautifully. He's actually, looks like he's playing both lanes pretty close to the same. Urethane on one lane, reactive on the other.
Got a little bit of a break there, collapsing the 3. That ball crossed over with his speed. Or does that make any difference at all?
That's the ideal break point, right?
Okay.
Based on the length of the pattern, and if you're going to use reactive, because you have to open the pattern up, you have to increase angle on that lane, and you have to get it to that right spot, that correct spot down lane, in order to be effective. Breaker 2 on the right lane. Oh. Man.
You don't expect the pro to miss this, and you're not going to see it. Not on this one.
Santu?
Yeah. Good point. Four for Anthony Simonson. Using the two different balls approach, it's working right now for Simonson. mentioned that Tomas is now full-time on this tour. He dipped his toes in the waters. Oh, nice looking. Man, Randy.
You're throwing it under 17 miles an hour. That ball is hooking pretty hard after it comes off the end of the pattern. That's what's causing the 9 pins, the 4 pins.
Yeah, he had back-to-back stone 9s earlier. He just got stuck with a 4-pin there.
So change balls goes to something that's less responsive, or you have to amp the speed up.
Registration for the inaugural 2023 PBA LBC National Championships is open now to all bowlers of all skill levels from all centers. This summer in Milwaukee, you can compete in singles as well as optional doubles and team events. Even combine your scores with the pros. Enter today at PBA.com. Ooh, nice trip on the 7-pin for Tomas.
And those last 2 shots are very telling of the differences between the 2 patterns, aren't they? I mean, look.
If there's a major telecast on Fox, you'll see Anthony Simonson this year. Bam. Oh, boy. Yeah, good-looking ring in 10 if there is such a thing.
At a 227 clip if he makes it. And he's doing what he needs to do, and that's keep the ball in play and keep it in the pocket. And again, he's labeling it on that left lane.
Yeah, the left lane has been the right-hander's friend today. It's interesting because Tackett had opportunities. EJ Tackett was defeated a little while ago, but he got tripped up by big, gaping potholes and big mistakes, 7-10, which, bad luck there. But,
right.
There were moments that tripped up EJ. So far, Simonson has avoided. Right lane. That's just an absolute snap hook.
Difficult. He's got 1 strike on that lane through this game. He moved another 2 boards left on that shot and still went through the nose.
But, I thought he had that. And Simonson just about has this first point nailed. Left lane, friend, right lane, foe. So Simonson on his way to point number 1. And that will do it. So Anthony Simonson has taken the first point. If he takes the second one, he is advancing to take on Kevin McCune in what will be an explosive semifinal next week. Simonson takes the first on the race to 2. At Valero in New Jersey, the PBA Players Championship quarterfinals presented by Snickers. All right, Tomas Kalku, this is your challenge. Can you bounce back and win this game and keep your hopes alive? In Valero, the PBA Players Championship presented by Snickers. And nice trip on the 4. I'm Dave Lamont. Of course, Hall of Famer Randy Peterson by my side and Kimberly Pressler, which we had in our opening match.
Yes, we did. Players will hit or look like the repeating shots hit the same target, and then all of a sudden the next shot out of their hand hooks at their toe and goes through the nose or Brooklyn.
So when a urethane ball stops working, what do?
You got to react it.
Solid 9 pins did Tomas in that first game. Trip 4.
That's how much different these 2 guys are. Simonson goes reactive now.
As these lanes break down, these dual patterns, but completely different. They're side by side, but couldn't be any more different. 45 and 39. Since I've talked about Don Carter a couple times, and his name is on one of the patterns. Well, much at Don Carter Kendall Lanes. I was there. I don't think I was. No, 89, I wouldn't have been there.
I beat Dave Ferrara, Hall of Famer.
But he didn't win the tournament.
Oh, my!
Head pin gets the job done. Well, The beer frame sponsored by Pabst Blue Ribbon of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Great town, by the way. Ask for the original, and please drink responsibly. Mixer, 5 in a row. Pretty shot. Just a dominating shot by Simonson. And he has to. Double mess? Nope.
No dice. Head pin comes over, takes a look, but a little short. Another pin kind of shoves on the 10, but 10 still standing. And this is exactly what you're looking for if you're Simonson to get back into this match.
.47th career television appearance for Simonson. Just a zip line.
Oh, man.
How do we make this?
You get the ball over here to the left side of the 3-pin. The ball will take out the 6 and the 10, and then that 3-pin goes into the 4 and the 7. That shot there was just a tad slower, but that was the most downlane reaction we've seen for him on that left lane.
16% chance of making this by the numbers. Well, against Kevin McCune next week live on FS1 at 12:30 Eastern on Saturday.
Lay.
Uh-oh. Look at this. That's worse.
Target, he said lay, wanted it to hold, but he's got to get this over into here. Again, kind of the same idea of cutting the 3 into the 4-7, but he's got to also have enough hook on the back end to cover that 9-pin.
Simonson walking away for the moment. You see Jeff Goodyear, and not sure. Oh, he's just going to bring out new equipment. Got a hook. How close was that? Did you see the 7-pin almost took that thing out?
Anthony's strike percentage is 70%, highest in the tournament.
That's about all you can do in that situation. Try to throw a little heat.
His observations of bad wraps. I mean,
Okay.
Good shot there. I mean, he works on the machine. If something were to break down right now during a telecast and we needed somebody to run down the lane and fix it, he could do it. We'll have a tie. And that would be a 1-ball roll-off.
Before we get to our other roll-off. Potential.
Man, there's a lot of roll-offs.
There are. All right, so Simonson does what Simonson does. 9 spare, strike.
Yeah, and his strike percentage after an open, one of the lowest in the field.
It just got a little higher.
It did. It improved.
All he had to do was show up. He did. And we are going to the 9th, 10th frame roll-off. Normal scoring, in case you missed the first one between Tackett and McCune. I have to think he wants to finish there, right?
It's a really interesting picture, right? Like Simonson goes from urethane to reactive. High again on that left lane.
All right. Not surprising to see him cover it. But he gunned that, breaking the 20-mile-an-hour barrier for a powerful strike.
About a half a mile an hour faster on this shot here on the right lane for Simo. 2-1.
And if he does so, he will advance to the semis next week. His opponent will be Kevin McCune. I almost said Eugene McCune, but it's Kevin McCune.
10.
Oh, boy. No, you could see the messenger wasn't going to make it. But
from our first matchup with McCune and EJ Tackett, Tackett decides to finish on that left lane.
nobody has shot at more 10 pins this week here at Bolero in North Brunswick than Anthony Simonson.
No one. My goodness.
You know, there's 20 states where that's not allowed. 2-1 now for Tomas to advance.
Oh.
Guy who's seen the most 10 pins beats the guy because of a 10 pin.
Isn't that crazy?
So Anthony Simonson, the most dangerous 12th seed perhaps in the history of athletics, is moving on to the semifinals. Our coverage of the PBA Players Championship presented by Snickers continues tonight at 9:30 Eastern here on FS1 with 2 more hours of quarterfinal action.